Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and they had the problem that you knew that you could solve? But as soon as it got into you selling your services, everything becomes awkward. Like the silence can just cut through the air. And if it's not quiet, maybe you feel that you're over explaining and you lost the person. Your palms start sweating. You start thinking about what if they say yes or no. I'm going through all of these scenarios because those are things I've been through. I can literally see myself through each step of this. Well, you start over explaining and then you feel the person kind of withdraw. And you're watching them, you're thinking in your head that I think I lost them, or maybe I didn't. And you want to stop yourself from over explaining and feeling awkward, but you can't help it. It just keeps coming out. And you're screaming in your head, oh no, but you just can't stop it. And that entire conversation that felt all natural and you felt that you're connecting with that person now is so awkward. If you're like me and you ever felt any of those scenarios when it comes to selling your services, I want to show you something today that will completely change how you get clients and take the awkwardness out of you presenting your services. Most people think the problem is I'm not good at sales, but that is not the problem. The actual problem is that you're trying to sell something too big too soon. So you're moving them from nice to meet you, and then now pay me thousands of dollars for services that I provide. That is not the natural flow of how we meet people and build connection. And for most people, this builds resistance. That's why they fall back. They're not sure if they can trust you. And this doesn't mean that they do not need your services. In fact, they actually do, but they need more certainty. They need to be able to trust you first. So here's how I want you to think about it. The easiest way to get clients is not to sell your services first. I know this is strange, but it's best to get them to pay you to diagnose the issue. And if this is your first time hearing about this, you might be thinking, why would somebody pay me to tell them that they have a problem? And think about it though, because in a lot of different fields, we do pay individuals to tell us that we have a problem. When there's something wrong with your car, you might know that, oh, I think the battery is dead or I have a transmission problem, but you are not certain. So what do? You take that car to a mechanic and you pay them to tell you what's wrong with it. You pay for the diagnostics. And then they come out with their long list of documents and tell you this could be wrong, but maybe you can come back and fix it in 2 or 3 months. And then they allow you to select what you want to pay for that is an immediate need for you. And this is the exact steps that you need to do as a consultant. You provide the diagnostics. You tell your potential customer that, hey, these are all of the things that I can provide for you. And these are the highest need issues, medium and low level issues that I see right now. And it is so important not to skip this step because as a service based business, as a consultant or freelancer, when you meet somebody at a networking event or online, the first thing that you want to do is get to know them. It's to build that trust and that rapport with them. For you to tell them what's wrong, what's going on in their business, and how you can help them solve that problem. Instead of skipping a step and saying, here's my huge package of services I offer. You don't want to do that. You want to say, come with me. Let's look into your business and let's figure out what exactly is going on because your unique business is so important that I want to help you figure that out first before I put together a package for you. Do you see the difference in that? It takes the sales away from it. You're letting them know that, hey, I have a special offer for you once we dive deep into your business. I'm not just going to throw this one offer at you that I've used with everyone else. No, we're going to look at your business first and make the decision together. But here's a better way of addressing your sales conversation. When someone shares the problem with you, I don't want you to rush and say, this is exactly how I'm going to solve it. No, I want you to take a step back and say to them, I hear what you're saying. In order for me to fully understand what's going on, I need to dive deeper. I can provide you with this audit so that we can understand exactly what is going on and we can pin down the problem. Here's what happens when you do that. You get paid for the audits. Maybe you charge anywhere from 500 to a couple of $1,000. You're getting paid to fully understand the problem. And the most important part here that I don't want you to forget is that you're spending time with your ideal customer. You're building that trust and you're building that relationship. So you may be asking Edith, what does the audit look like? So if you're a business analyst, you might do an audit that look at the business process to see where are they losing money, where could they improve the process with automation. If you're a developer, maybe you're auditing their code, you're auditing their website, if they have a website or they have a software. Whatever industry that you're in as a consultant, this business model works. As a freelancer, as a consultant, service based business. And this is where the sales part of you is suppressed because now you're just doing work that you enjoy doing. You love helping this customer. So you do the audit, you walk through each step of the audit with your customer, and then they get to see how you think, how you process, and how you are the expert to help them. I bet you 90% of the clients you work with on this will go with you as the person to solve that problem after you do that audit. Because why would it go to someone else? You're just the best logical option for them. They wouldn't go anywhere else. If sales has ever felt hard for you, it's not that you're bad at it. It is because you're trying to skip the first step of trust. So, what do? Start with this method that I just talked about. Start with a diagnostic. It's going to become super easy for people to say yes to you and your services. Implement this and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear how it went for you.